Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. Animals come in all sorts of different shapes, sizes, and colors, from the hardly visible to the 300,000-pound beasts. Whether we're talking about weight or size, some are so ridiculously huge that they just deserve to be talked about. This is House of Trend, and here are the 10 largest animals to ever walk the earth. Number 10. The Japanese spider crab. Now, this creature may look like something from a 1950s sci-fi film, but the Japanese spider crabs are gentle giants. Out of the 4,500 species of crabs, these bad boys are undeniably the largest. Japanese spider crabs live on the Pacific side of Japan, obviously, and Japan only. The crab has the biggest leg span of any arthropod in the world, reaching up to 12 feet long and weighing up to 41 pounds. They are found approximately 164 feet underwater and thrive in temperatures of about 50 degrees. They have orange and white bodies, cream-colored undersides, and oval shells that blend in with the ocean floor. It is one of the world's longest living creatures, living up to 100 years old. And although this crab has some very ferocious appearances, it is actually known to be very gentle towards others. Number 9. Komodo Dragon. Okay, so think of a lizard that takes steroids every day, and you'll get something close to a Komodo dragon. These monsters reach up to 10 feet in length and more than 330 pounds. They are by far the heaviest lizards on Earth, and have long flat heads, scaly skin, huge muscular tails, and bowed legs. Komodo dragons prefer the Indonesian tropical forests, but can be found across the islands. Though these athletic reptiles can walk up to 7 miles per day, they generally prefer to stay close to home and rarely venture from the valleys that they hatched in. Komodo dragons are likely to eat any type of meat that they can get their hands on, literally. I mean, you know what it's like when you're hungry. They can kill any animal with a single bite due to the venom they produce. Animals that escape the poisonous attack of the dragon are very lucky, but even after that, the Komodo dragon will still follow the escapee for miles, as the venom and infection will eventually kill the target. They can also eat up to 80% of their body weight in a single feeding. When Komodo dragons are reproducing, the females bury the eggs in the earth until they hatch around 8 months later. Overall, the Komodo dragon is a very special species that humans are fascinated by worldwide. Number 8. The Ostrich. These huge, skinny-necked and weird-looking creatures are large flightless birds native to dry areas of Africa. I bet you are wondering what the point of their wings are if they can't fly. Well, ostriches have a wingspan of 2 meters, which help them balance when frantically running and changing direction. These birds can impressively reach speeds of 70 kilometers per hour, which gives them an advantage when being hunted down. Wild ostriches live in the dry, hot savannas and woodlands of Africa. They face a variety of beastly predators daily, which include cheetahs, lions, and hyenas. I know one thing for sure. I wouldn't want to wake up knowing I could be hunted down by a wild, beastly cat. The bird's strong legs are super effective when it comes to self-defense. They kick with a massive force that is powerful enough to kill. And check this out. Each two-toed foot is armed with a 10-centimeter sharp claw, so predators better be aware. They also have huge eyes that are actually bigger than their brains, meaning they are equipped with excellent eyesight to help spot potential predators from far away. Well, at least we know to never mess with an ostrich, even though I hope that wasn't on your bucket list. Number 7. Giraffes. Now, I think we are all fascinated by giraffes. If you don't know what one is, then you're probably living under a rock. The giraffe is famous for its ridiculously long neck that averages around 2 meters long. Additionally, they have legs taller than many humans at around 6 feet. This and their 53 centimeter long tongue helps them to reach tall trees for their food. These guys spend most of their time eating and can guzzle up to 45 kilograms of leaves and twigs a day. Sounds very appetizing. These abnormally large mammals are so big that when they drink water they have to get into a very awkward position so that their necks can actually reach the ground. Giraffes are actually extremely strong and can get aggressive with one another. When they get into fights, they use a technique called necking, where they fight with their heads and neck, which sounds a little weird. Giraffes also have a very, let's say, different way of living. They actually sleep standing up and only need to get 5 to 30 minutes of rest in a 24-hour period. Oh, and here's an interesting fact you might want to know. The spots on a giraffe are very unique, almost like fingerprints, as no two giraffes have the same spot pattern. Overall, giraffes are one of the most interesting animals in the world and are studied by many. Number 6. Brown bear. Also known as the grizzly bear, there are approximately 200,000 of these mighty beasts worldwide. The brown bear can reach a weight of up to 800 pounds, depending on age and sex. Despite their weight, bears cover short distances at speeds of up to 31 miles an hour. A lot of humans have actually experienced a bear chasing them, and if they managed to get away, it was by the skin of their teeth. These animals are usually loners who will only seek a mate for short periods of time. In my opinion, this makes brown bears 10 times more scary, as it just proves they do not need protection. I mean, imagine walking at night and you come across a lonely bear in the woods. Probably wouldn't be ideal. Bears have a very good sense of smell that enables them to sniff food at a distance of several miles. In the wild, they can live between 20 and 30 years of age, and in captivity, even longer. To this day, the brown bear remains the largest predator on the continent of Europe. Number 5. Saltwater Crocodile. Next up is the saltwater crocodile, or the salties as some people like to call them thanks to Steve Irwin. Saltwater crocodiles are one of the deadliest animals in Australia, and to have a title like that, you'd have to be pretty strong. And if salties are anything, it's strong. They also hold the title of the largest reptile in the world and grow up to 7 meters long. Living for as long as 80 years, saltwater crocodiles have a very passive hunting technique. They are known for patiently waiting beneath the surface of water where they can't be seen, which means when the croc's prey wanders close, it gets the shock of its life. They have 80 sharp and terrifying teeth that can get through a lot of thick and tough surfaces. Saltwater crocodiles eat basically anything they want, including sharks. Being the biggest and most sneaky reptile in the world sure comes with some dietary benefits. Number 4. The whale shark. The whale shark, which is a weird name, kind of like calling an animal dog cat, is the largest fish in the vast perimeter of the ocean, reaching lengths of up to 60 feet. Surprisingly, their preferred diet is not human flesh, or whatever else you may have thought. Their favorite meal is actually plankton. And no, not the annoying one from SpongeBob. Plankton are small organisms in the ocean which are hardly visible to the human eye. The whale shark is a filter feeder, and in order to eat, they swim close to the water's surface, while gaping their colossal mouths to catch everything in its path. They are found in all the tropical oceans of the world. You may be wondering where they got their name from. Well, they are sharks, and because they are so huge, they can be befriended by whales, and also the fact that they feed on plankton. Whale sharks additionally have unique spots along their back which allow them to be identified, and the skin on the whale shark is actually thicker and tougher than any other animal in the world, which I imagine has its benefits. This animal is as gentle and gracious as any of the other fish in the ocean, but just happens to be the size of a school bus. Number 3. The Anaconda. The anaconda is one of the largest animals in length on Earth. We are not talking about the one Nicki Minaj was very, let's say, passionate about. We are talking about one of the most dangerous animals on the planet, that reach up to 30 plus feet in length. Anacondas are stocky and muscular snakes that have thick necks and narrow but large heads. Their eyes and nostrils are on top of their head, which allows them to be able to see above the water whilst fully submerged. Chances are, if you've ever been near an anaconda, you didn't know it. Their large size makes it difficult for them to carry themselves on land, but they can move rapidly and swiftly in water. They are seriously powerful constrictors that camouflage in the tropical rainforests and rivers whilst hunting for prey under the cover of darkness. Anacondas usually lurk in rivers where the murky waters disguise them, waiting for the prey to come drink. Then they attack. They restrain their prey with their sharp, curved teeth and apply their constrictive killing technique. The technique crushes the bones of the prey whilst also cutting circulation of blood after the brain within seconds, and once the prey is dead, it gets swallowed whole by the anaconda. This is definitely an animal to stay away from. Number 2. Colossal Squid. Now, this incredible creature is very difficult to find and catch, meaning we don't know too much about it. But here's what we do know. The squid lives in the deep sea surrounding Antarctica, and is the largest invertebrate to exist. These things can apparently grow to 46 feet and have the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, reaching 25 centimeters in diameter, which is larger than those of the great whales. These enormous things reach up to 1,100 pounds, with the females being the larger individuals. As you would expect, these huge squids have tentacles covered with suckers that have strong and sharp hooks that they use in catching prey. Colossal squids also have some bad blood with the well-known sperm whales, and have done some serious damage, as you can imagine. Hopefully in the future more of these incredible things are found, so that we can get to know some more information about them. Number 1. The blue whale. This absolute monster is the largest animal to have ever lived in history, and the size of these things are seriously mind-blowing. These magnificent marine mammals rule the oceans at up to 100 feet long, and upwards of 200 tons. Their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant, and their hearts are as heavy as an entire car. Seriously, these things are no joke. Blue whales reach these mind-boggling dimensions on a diet composed of tiny shrimp-like animals called krill, and a single adult consumes around 4 tons of krills a day, which is basically like 4 cars worth of food. The blue whale has a broad flat head and a long tapered body that ends in wide triangular flukes. These enormous creatures live in all the world's oceans except the Arctic, and can cruise the vast seas at 20 miles an hour. The blue whale is also the loudest animal on Earth, which is not surprising at all. They emit a series of pulses, groans, and moans, and can hear each other from up to 1,000 miles away. The average lifespan of a blue whale is 90 years old, with the oldest recorded being 110. It is most likely there will never ever be another animal that matches the blue whale in size. And if there is, it'll probably be a few million years down the line. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button and leave a comment. Your engagement is what keeps our curiosity going, and we have plenty of other videos you will enjoy. You can start by clicking on the ones that are showing right now. See you there.